So what I will do is I will add you to both of you in this Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki group, and I will also send you a link to access my YouTube channel and this YouTube playlist of this particular program. Now, what we have done so far is simply amazing. Okay, so let me share a screen with you. So basically, we started with different mindsets, and actually, we started a new way of looking at life from the seventh episode, which we conducted on 22nd October. And it's all about challenge your limiting beliefs with the divine power of law of attraction. You probably have heard all these words, right? You have heard the word limiting belief, you have heard the word divine power, and you have heard the word law of attraction. So nothing new. What was new is how these are all connected. So how these are all connected. So let us look at what we did after that. So this was the session on 22nd October. Just a second. Just a second. I'll just take 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry, gentlemen, ladies. So this is this episode 7, which we did on 22nd of October, and this is a journey that we started. So it started with challenge your limiting beliefs with the divine power of law of attraction. This was followed by let's discover who are those 5 legends you wish to become the average of. So this concept was based on uh, uh, a beautiful quote by Jim Rohn, who was coach of Tony Robbins, was mentor of Tony Robbins. So Jim Rohn said that you are the average of 5 people you spend most of your time with. So it is wise to work out who are those people you want to become an average of instead of finding out who are those 5 people you are average of right now. Okay, because even if you manage to find out, you will still remain in your past. It will not help you to move in your future. So this was the second episode, followed by the science and art of persuasion and how can you make it work in your favor. This was followed by your dreams deserve your time. So create dedicated me time for your dreams now. This was followed by CPR for emotional emergency. CPR is called pulmonary resuscitation. Like if you have a heart attack, then the actions that are being done to bring out of that heart attack state within first 10 minutes is called CPR. So what we are talking about here is take consistent, persistent, and relentless actions to take control of your emotional stability. Followed by SWAAD. Are you a victim of stress, worry, anxiety, anger, and depression? Now, these are the things which will not allow you to achieve the goal that you want to alive, that you want to achieve. So the figure out that are you a victim of these? And if it is, do you want to enjoy the swad of life, the taste of life? So this session was all about that, followed by yes, you can. You can make chronic diseases disappear from your life right now. Why we had this session? Because your health is the most valuable asset that you have. So if your health does not permit you to become who you want to become, you're gone. All your dreams will be shelved, or you may need to like put them into dustbin. So naturally, your job is to ensure that you stay fit. So if you have any of these chronic diseases, like disease which you created for yourself, you didn't acquire it from anybody. It was not a contagious disease. You created it for yourself. So how you can make them disappear from your life? It's possible. Okay. This was followed by energy is everything. It's the most fundamental key to transformation. Followed by art and science of dedication, the incredible way to make things work for you. Then we had a session on what is in your name. Align your activities with the meaning and essence of your name. Then MBA, my body is amazing, the ultimate mantra toward expressing infinite gratitude towards your creator. Then turn your desires into reality, the magnificent art of making things work at your will. This is what we discussed on 14th January. Then your hands can create magic, leverage them to take charge of your emotions. So we discussed about the power of your hands. These are all very powerful sessions. This was followed by there is no failure. Success is a step-by-step journey from feedback to feedback. So if you think that you have been failed in any area of your life, it is not a failure, it is a feedback. So success is always a journey from feedback to feedback. There is no failure. Followed by mystery of the comfort zone. This is also what we discussed, and it's a very powerful session. You must watch this session and get into the one that you deserve to fulfill your desire. So in this session, what we talked about is that create a comfort zone for yourself so that you can work on the activities that you deserve to fulfill your desire. Okay, now from here we are moving to a new thought today. And before we move to the new thought, I will just like to take a quick screenshot of each one of you. So can you all come on camera for a minute? Everyone on camera. And this is a real fun moment that I enjoy in all my sessions. So quickly on camera. And what we are going to do is we are supposed to look at the camera. Screen पे पहले देख लो आपने आपको कैसे दिख रहा हो. And then you look at the camera. Keep your eyes wide open so that you don't blink. And we will count 1, 2, 3 together, and we will freeze at 3 for a few seconds, and I will take the picture. Right? So here we go. One. Software, can you come up? Okay, let's do it fast. So here we go. 1, 2. So let's go. Great. Yeah. So what you need to do is look at the camera. That's it. Yeah. Not at the screen. Look at the camera. Keep your eyes wide open, and let's count 1, 2, 3 together. We'll freeze at 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. This is awesome. Superb. So tonight, what we are going to discuss is something really amazing. This is something very close to my heart, and I relate to it from a different context altogether. So how many of you are computer literate? You know what computer literate means, like you know how to operate a computer. So more or less, we are all a computer literate right now. Okay. How many of you are aware of 3 shortcut keys? The first one is Control C, the second one is Control X, and the third one is Control V. Are you aware of them? If you're aware of them, phenomenally. If you're not aware of them, then you'll just get aware of it. अभी मैं आपको बताऊंगा, आपको पता चल जाएगा ये भी है. So Control X is cut. So when you use your mouse to cut something, that is Control X. Control C is copy. So when you select a text or select a file and press Control C, basically what you do is right click and press copy. And Control V is paste. है ना? तो अभी क्या हो रहा है? See, we are attending many training programs. We are reading many books. We are watching many YouTube videos. Or as we are doing this, what we are essentially doing after that is we are picking up something from there. This come both the insights and aha moments. In our NLP training sessions, we used to say aha moments. हमारे trainers बोलते थे ना कि आज का session का aha moment क्या है? The aha moment is something which is a really incredible insight for you. So what is that aha moment? What you pick up as an insight from any book, any training sessions, or any video is the information which you find interesting for yourself. अगर इसका हम कंप्यूटर के लैंग्वेज में देखें, कंप्यूटर के व्यू से देखें, तो इट इज ऑल अबाउट आइदर कंट्रोल एक्स और कंट्रोल सी, कॉपी और कट. And we are doing this copy and cut throughout the day. Every time we attend a session, every time we attend a meeting, every time we read a book, every time we watch a movie, every time we uh, watch a YouTube video, we are picking up some information from there. What is important is that what are you doing with that after that? Once you copy it and once you cut it, what are you doing with that? अब इमेजिन कीजिए कि आपने एक वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट में कुछ डेटा एंट्री करना है, आपको एक पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना है. Just imagine that you have to design a PowerPoint presentation, and this PowerPoint presentation is a PowerPoint presentation of your life. Okay, so it's not a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, but a PowerPoint presentation you are creating inside this PowerPoint. Okay, so you are creating an internal representation of yourself with a thought of PowerPoint. Naturally, right? Unless you feel empowered, you cannot encourage, motivate, and inspire yourself. Or even if you get encouraged, motivated, and inspired, if the result is not an empowerment or self-empowerment, it's of no use. It's just as good as knowledge coming to you. Copy and cut. Okay. So now when you are preparing that PowerPoint presentation, you are picking up some information from here, some information from there. So you just need to put a picture. So you copy a picture from somewhere, or you cut a picture from somewhere, and the next step is to paste it. And if you don't paste it in the document, it is of no use, isn't it? And if you want to use that picture, yeah, video link on in your PowerPoint presentation, you have to paste it. Only then it is going to make a difference in that PowerPoint presentation. Otherwise, it remain blank. That slide will remain blank. So you open that PowerPoint presentation, you fix that blank slide, you discover that this is the video or that image that you need to copy paste here. You just copied it, but you didn't paste it. What will happen? It will remain blank. So the question is, listen to this question very carefully. The question is, whatever information is coming your way, whatever new information you are picking up from any resource, even from this session that we are having right now, how much of that information are you applying to your life? That makes all the difference. It's not about taking notes. It's not about collecting data. It's not about filling up your WhatsApp message boxes and just allowing everybody to post messages, and you are thinking someday this will be useful for me. So you are keeping it there. You are not deleting it. The point is, throughout the day, actually work on yourself. Figure out, note down that whatever new information is coming in your way, how much of that you are actually using for yourself. Now, naturally, the first question will come, then how do I know whether this is useful for me or not? मुझे interesting तो लगा, I really liked it. It was very interesting. But how do I know whether it is useful for me or not? That is only possible when you know your life purpose. When you have complete clarity about what you want to achieve in your life. Complete clarity. Only then you know that whether this information is important for me or not. For example, let us look at from this perspective. Say you are appearing for an exam in, say, history. Okay. Now, if you want to write an exam in history, you have to prepare yourself to write the question, to answer to the questions in history only, right? Now, instead of that, you are collecting data, or you are studying mathematics, science, physics, chemistry, biology, geography. You are studying all these things, English literature, Hindi literature, your vernacular literature, whatever. You're just studying all these things. But they are not going to help when you appear for your history exam. So what is most important is to figure out what you are up to. What is the highest purpose in your life that you want to achieve? If you do not have any clarity on that, whatever is coming in your way is of no use. So once you are completely clear about that, you will get some kind of clarity as you watch these video recordings from day 7 onwards. है ना. The first session was all about discover, challenge your limiting beliefs. तो पता तो चले limiting belief हमारे कौन कौन है. Once you identify the limiting, then you can challenge. How you can challenge? You can use your divine powers, because you are a divine angel. You are not this body. This body is where you are staying. You are not your eyes, you are not your hair, you are not your nose, you are not your mouth, you are not even your hands. They are yours. Who you are. You are that divine angel, that supreme soul, which is which has taken a shape of a human being, and you are living your life, or you are on your journey on this earth. That's it. So the question is, are you clear that what is your ultimate purpose of being on this earth? So it's a most important question. Okay, so you can get some idea when you attend those sessions which I have shared from session day 7. Like the second session was all about discovering those 5 people, 5 legends who you want to become average of. So unless you know who you want to, what you want to become, you can't even select those people whom you want to become an average of. For example, if you want to become a singer or maybe a sarod player, so will you come to a life coach like Pinaki? No. You may be modeling people like who are experts in sarod. If you want to learn sitar, you'll follow those people, like who are legends in sitar. So you figure out what you want to become, what is your life purpose. Then you find out those people, and only then you will know whatever new information coming in your way, which of those information are important for you, so that you can copy, cut, and also paste. If you don't paste it, it is not for you. You lost it. The worst thing is that you paid so much of energy, so much of attention, so much of time, money, effort in getting that information, and the end result is that you don't know what to do with this information. So your time is very precious, by the way. Even the time that you're investing here, the time that you're investing here is very precious. Yes, Rishu. So what is your calling? You get some idea when you watch this session 7 onwards of these Tuesday sessions. The other way is to join my training programs, which are paid programs like NLP in Action. It's a 2 month long program.
Okay.
Every day from Monday to Friday, we have a session at 9:15 a.m., p.m. in the morning, p.m. at night.
Okay.
So we only do that program session at 9:15 p.m. Monday to Friday, and on a Sunday at 8:15 a.m. in the morning, we do a review of that week. So that way, it's a program which is designed for 8 weeks.
Okay, I'll be in touch with you for that.
Yeah. Otherwise, what you can do, you can watch these recordings of the videos which are posted in this Tuesdays with Life Coach playlist, starting from day 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So there also you'll get some sense to how to figure out your life purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. So now once you have that clarity that this is what my life purpose is, now whatever information is coming in your way, you are copying and cutting those information from different sources, but paste only those which are important for you. So if that is the case, then it also comes to a step backward, and that backward step is, even you should be very selective about cutting and copying those information. Not everything is for you. And when you pick up those information, make sure that you are pasting it in your PowerPoint slide. I'm talking about the PowerPoint which is here. The PowerPoint you are, that divine soul, that supreme energy that you are. हम उसकी पावर पॉइंट की बात कर रहे हैं. उस पावर पॉइंट को हम कितना बेहतरीन बना सकते हैं. हाउ वी कैन मेक दैट पावर पॉइंट a world class PowerPoint presentation such that it shows up in my words, the way I talk, the way I walk, it shows up to people outside. I talk about a beautiful term called outside. It's not in the dictionary. For me, outside, like insights, just insights, insight, insight. So outside, what is outside? Outside is when you add action to your insight. So you got this insight, this new information, copy kiya, cut kiya, and when you paste it and start working on it, that is the action part. Then you become someone which shows up to people outside you. It shows up outside you. That is what I call outside. Inside is what you got when you are getting some new information coming to you. When you start working on it, when you put some action into it, it results in outside, and that is what people can see out there. So the insights are good. However, if you're not finding them good enough to take action and convert them into outside, then those insights are of no use for you. It's useless. Like you chose to learn French and you have been given a manual or a class which is maybe on Hebrew. So can you learn in that case that language? French? Can you learn French? No. So what will you do with that information unless you choose to learn that language? You want to learn Spanish and somebody tells you, see, these books and resources are all about French. You just keep it with yourself. कभी अगर मन किया तो now you're willing to learn French and somebody dumped you with information, a collection of books on French. It's a garbage dump for you. It's of no use unless you change your decision. Okay, let me learn French now instead of learning Spanish. Now, when you're changing the decision, you have to be very clear. So why are you changing the decision? Why in the first place? What made you take this decision in the first place to study Spanish? Is that important for you? Somebody said you learn Spanish, and it will be easier for you to move around in Europe. And then you said, no, I do not know whether I will be moving around in Europe. However, I will be in France. I will be staying there over next 1 year. So now a training material, a coaching material on French language matters to you. Now it has an importance. So you need to figure out, you need to have complete clarity on what you want. That is where this life purpose comes. There's a wonderful system through which you can discover your life purpose. You can learn that life purpose. And once this life purpose is also not something which you just get once in a lifetime and it is done. ऐसा नहीं है. It will keep on changing depending upon the new information which is coming your way. So every time you get a new information, you start practicing it, you figure out how I can put it in my context or how important it is for me. And then that life purpose gets refined. Like for now, my life purpose is inspiring and empowering people to live better lives in every possible way, no matter whatever it takes. But this was not there 3 years ago. Keeps changing. This may further change, I don't know. So right now, if this is my purpose, that I want to inspire and empower people to live better lives in every possible way, naturally I have to build myself up that way. So probably a book like Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking by uh, one of these famous author is Dale Carnegie. This book could be an asset for me. It will make sense for me, right, to read that book, because I have to learn the art of effective speaking. And the title of the book promises that I can learn it in a quick and easy way. It makes sense. Yeah. There may be some books like a learning, a training on neuro linguistic programming. So books on neuro linguistic programming could be helpful for me. Like recently, I took this certification from ABNLP, American Board of Neuro Linguistic Programming. I am a certified NLP master practitioner by ABNLP now. I could have got it in 2 years back also. तब भी मेरे पास option था, but I didn't decide to get into the coaching business 2 years ago. Today I discover that I'm good enough to do that. So now that certificate makes importance. It has an importance in my life. It has an importance in my audience life. And now if I share this certificate with you, now you know, okay, if Pinaki has this certificate, that means if they have certified Pinaki, definitely he must be good. अब उसका मेरे पास importance है. Otherwise, even you can, if you have done master practitioner course from somewhere, you can also have the same certificate. But unless it is of use for you, it will be just like another ornament. गले में लेके घूम रहा हो, है ना? So whenever you are encountering any new information, any new data, any new source of encouragement, motivation, inspiration, ask yourself what you are going to do with this now. Like I always ask this question in all my counseling sessions, in all my training sessions, that I say that whatever I'm sharing with you is my own way of looking at things, right? That's what projection is, perception. So whatever my perception about something that I'm projecting, even right now, my perception of something that I'm projecting. So my perception about cut, copy, and paste, I created a new way of looking at it. So I'm projecting. Now, what is there for you is most important. It's not what I'm sharing. What is important is that with this new awareness, this is the question I ask also myself and to all my uh, mentees and students, that with this new awareness, so I say that you don't need to argue with me. Better don't argue with me or do not argue with anybody else. No argument. Focus on what the other person is saying because it's a new information for you. That's why you are arguing. And if you want to become a good student, if you want to really learn and make a big impact, be a good listener. And every time there's a new information coming to you, ask yourself this one question with this new awareness: what do I see possible for myself now? Good question. With this new awareness, what do I see possible for myself now? So if I see anything possible for myself now, it's a good awareness for me. If not, leave it aside. उसको लेके डंप मत बनाओ, है ना? Don't put everything on that PowerPoint slide. जो मिला सब डाल दिया, सब डाल दिया, सब डाल दिया. फिर रात को सोने जब जाऊंगा तब देखूंगी इसमें से मैं क्या क्या निकालूं. Which one I should discard? Don't even do that. Your life is happening right now. Right now you evaluate whether it is important for you or not, whether it is aligning with your thought process, your uh, life purpose or not. If it is aligned, put it there, just paste it. Otherwise, just leave it. Now, इससे आपको दो बेनिफिट होगा. First benefit will be you will be in a automatic declutter mode. आपको आगे जाके declutter करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Declutter हमें कब करना पड़ता है? Once we clutter this space, है ना? Once you create a clutter, only then you need to declutter. So how about creating a mindset, creating a learning process such that I don't even clutter my space? Then I don't waste my time, energy, money, effort in cluttering that space. Neither I do the same to declutter it. Are you getting my point? क्लटरिंग किया, उसके लिए भी समय मेहनत सब कुछ लगाया, अब उसको डिक्लटरिंग करने के लिए भी समय मेहनत लगा रहा हूं. Isn't it funny? So learn the art of filtering, that what is important for you, just focus on that, put everything aside. कट कॉपी पेस्ट. Cut copy is a default process, फटाफट चलता है. What is important is pasting. Are you pasting it? Now what you can do with this new awareness is probably even before cutting and copying, you just figure out whether this is important for you or not. If important, उसको नोट करो कहीं पे and then apply it. If it is not, नोट करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. Wait for the next information which is coming to you. And by the way, I do one practice which I encourage everybody to do. Every new information that you collect today, every new information, say you collect two, three, new information which is coming to you from different sources. Figure out the one which you can continuously practice at least for a day without getting distracted. Just one. And next day usko practice karo. Throughout the day with full conscious awareness, just practice that new thought, new idea. You know what will happen? When you practice it throughout the day, you don't need to practice this for 21 days to make it a habit. You already start becoming that way. Here is the importance of cut, copy, paste. So you become a masterpiece in cutting and copying, and then you know that now the cut copy numbers have reduced. So you will find it very easy to pick up the ones which are important for you and you just paste it. So paste the two, three of them, four of them, and next day just practice one of them. And while you practicing one of them next day, again same thing will happen. New information will come up. Now what will happen as you become a masterpiece in practicing them, you can quickly discard the ones which you don't need to pay attention to. Even before it lands up on your desk, you can say bye bye to it. इसका क्या क्या फायदा हो सकता है? पहला फायदा होगा यू विल बी एट अ वेरी हाई एनर्जी लेवल, है ना. क्योंकि क्लटरिंग के लिए जो एनर्जी गया और उसको डिक्लटर करने के लिए जो एनर्जी गया, वो सारा मेहनत जो था, एनर्जी, वो सारा आपका बच गया. So you conserve that energy and you can channelize that energy into something which makes sense, which uh, is aligned with your life purpose. कम से कम it makes sense to you. एक तो एनर्जी बच गया. Now when you save on energy, you will also have a good night's sleep. So whether you sleep for 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, you will have a solid good night's sleep. When you wake up, you will waking up with fully refreshed, fully energetic. Amazing experience होगा. Rejuvenation जिसको हम बोलते हैं. Rejuvenated. You will work with more attention, more concentration. Whatever you take up, you can work with more attention, more concentration. And when you do that, your confidence level will go up. When your confidence level goes up, it shows up. Your insights will turn into outsides, and people will see it and they will ask you, how do you do that, Swapnil? How do you do that, Amala? How do you do that, Chareshwari? How you do that, Rishu? कैसे कर लेती हो यार? मुझे तो टाइम ही नहीं मिलता. और इतना कुछ करने का टाइम तुम कहाँ से निकाल लेती, है ना. ओके, हु इज द ओनर ऑफ व्हाट्सएप? किसका कंपनी है व्हाट्सएप? किसका कंपनी? फेसबुक किसका कंपनी है? इंस्टाग्राम किसका कंपनी है? ये सारे एक ही बंदे का है. ओनली वन पर्सन इज द ओनर ऑफ दीज थ्री. हिज नेम इज मार्क जुकरबर्ग. इज ही देयर इन एनी ऑफ योर ग्रुप्स? आपके व्हाट्सएप में इतने सारे ग्रुप्स हैं. इज ही इंटरेस्टेड इन व्हाट यू आर डूइंग? बिकॉज यू आर नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. आप जो कर रहे हो उसका ऐसा कुछ नहीं जिससे जिसके लिए ही फाइंड्स इट इंटरेस्टिंग एंड इम्पोर्टेंट टू फॉलो यू, है ना. सो व्हाट कुड बी हिज इंटेंशन? with all these three social platforms. Only two. One is attention and second one is money. He wants your attention. So he has created different media so that you pay your attention, time, money, effort सब वहीं पे डाल दो. थोड़ा सा वक्त मिला खोल कर कट 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 देख रहे हो. That is one thing he wants. And second thing he wants, those people who are willing to pay him to use his app. Only then he can make money and run those apps and give it to you for free. Otherwise, how can he do that? कहीं ना कहीं से तो उसको पैसा मिल रहा है. जो लोग उसको पैसे दे रहे हैं वो उन्हीं में इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं. So my point is that if you're using social media and not making money out of them, you know what you're doing. मैं बोल नहीं रहा हूँ आपका क्या कर रहे हो, but you know what you're doing. People are not paying attention to your activities on social media, and if you're not making money out of that, ask yourself, what am I doing? What I'm doing on social media? मैं कर क्या रहा हूँ? And the most important question is it worth it? मैं जो कर रहा हूँ, is it worth it? Is there a possibility that it will take me to achieve those two states? State number one, people are following me. State number two, I'm making money. If not, immediately next question is how can I? How can I build myself? How I can develop myself? How I can build those skills? How I can upskill myself? How I can upscale myself? How I can upgrade myself such that I can use all these social media platform with the same intention at which its creator is doing. If he is making billions, at least I can make few rupees, right? That could be a starting point. This is what copy, cut, and pasting is all about. The copy and cut is what you're doing right now as I'm sharing this information with you. It's a new knowledge. It's a new way of looking at the same thing. Pasting will be the day you start using social media to make people follow you and also pay you to follow you. Otherwise, ये knowledge आपका किसी काम का नहीं रहेगा. That you're copying and cutting right now over last half an hour. This information will be of no use. It will be of insight. पिनाकी ने बहुत सही बोला. मेरे को बहुत सही बोलने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. बहुत सही आपको लगने से फर्क पड़ेगा. और उससे भी बड़ा फर्क तब पड़ेगा जब वो बहुत अच्छा चीज आपने खुद के लिए अप्लाई किया और उससे बहुत अच्छा नतीजा निकाल रहे हैं. Only 5 people are attending this session right now, including me. The moment I put the recording on YouTube, at least 100 people will watch it. And I don't know how long do they watch the video, but they watch. उनको पता है कि even if I am not in the session, it is being recorded and Pinaki will upload it. So what Pinaki is doing? Making people follow him. Some of them will be converted into his clients. So he's using this as a funnel. And if I can do it in NLP, हमने क्या सीखा? The last presupposition of NLP, the last belief of NLP, last belief of excellence. If someone can do it, anyone can do it. And if someone is Pinaki, then anyone can be me, isn't it? That is called applying insight or converting insight into outside. The insight is that copy and cut. that if someone can do it, anyone can do it. This is the copycat part of the information. Okay, maybe you take it to the next level, or next level have wo, that if someone can do it, anyone can do it. So if someone is this person, then anyone can be myself also. जरूरी नहीं कि आपको मेरे लेवल पे ही करना है. You can become a better version of me if you have those skills. So when you apply that insight, you start working on it, it shows up in your outside. You can actually see that yes, people are following me. People are taking out some time from their life to listen to me. That means I'm definitely delivering some values which are important for them. And if this is so, the next step will be for me is to identify or to learn the techniques of how can I improve the quality of these values, or how I can make these values more valuable, such that eventually they come back to me and say, Pinaki, आप कौन से paid courses करते हो बोलो, I want to enroll for one of them. That is the pasting part. All right. So I think yeah, it's almost 8:50. So let me ask you my favorite question. That with this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself now? So I would request each one of you to come up and share. और एकदम बिंदास दिल खोल के शेयर करो. Yes, submit.
Sir, I am actually driving the car, so I am not in the position to.
It's okay. You just listen to whatever I said. So if you want to say something, you can say something.
I will. It will take 5 minutes, sir. I am on the
Okay, take your
circle
time.
at present.
That's okay. That's okay. Who would like to share? Yeah, Amala. What would you like? What do you see for yourself with this all this new awareness?
Practice through 1 day, 1 thought. With that,
Yeah, some network challenges are coming. Yeah, bully.
that practice 1 thought throughout 1 day
Mm-hmm.
instead of having so many clutters, and make it a routine so that I will be a better version.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, another way of looking at it is like whatever you have achieved today, take a note of it. And then tomorrow you figure out which are the areas where you can become a better version today. And when you practice it for a few days, you actually see those things are happening in your life, and others can also observe it. There is some change which is happening with Amala. People can see it and they will ask you, Amala, क्या बात है आजकल तुम क्या करते हो? कुछ बदला हुआ लग रहा है ना? It shows up. It shows up. You know, like people who are close to me, वो बोलते हैं यार पिनाकी तुम ट्रेनिंग कैसे ले लेते हो? तुम तो बात करते ही नहीं. So they think that I'm introvert. I do not talk. So I said, no, that's not the case. I open up my mouth जहाँ पे मेरा बोलने का कोई सुनेगा. Otherwise, observe करो. I'm just observing people, observing their behavior, learning how to interact with people, learning what kind of behavior I can build up for myself to make myself a better speaker. People discuss politics. I don't discuss politics because वो इंफॉर्मेशन काट करके कॉपी करके कोई फायदा नहीं, क्योंकि उसको मैं पेस्ट करने वाला हूँ ही नहीं. मुझे तो पॉलिटिशियन नहीं बनना है. मुझे ना केजरीवाल बनना है ना मोदी बनना है. तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है केजरीवाल जीत रहा है या बीजेपी जीत रहा है? जो भी जीते, वी विल टॉक अबाउट बजट, यूनियन बजट, ये बोला वो बोला। यार तुमने कभी बैठे के अपना फैमिली का बजट बनाया? डिड यू एवर पुट एफर्ट टू क्रिएट अ बजट फॉर योर ओन फैमिली? फॉरगेट अबाउट व्हाट फिनेंस मिनिस्टर इज डूइंग। कितना टैक्स बढ़ाया, कितना टैक्स घटाया, किस किस चीज पे टैक्स लगाया, किस किस चीज पे टैक्स नहीं लगाया, फार्मर्स के लिए क्या दिया, इसके लिए क्या दिया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? हाउ मच ऑफ दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज यूजफुल फॉर यू? What is important is you learn the art of writing or creating your own family budget. That is important for you. खुद का फैमिली का फिजिकल डिफिसिट देखो ना कितना है, कहाँ कहाँ पे लोन लेके बैठे हो, खुद का नेटवर्थ कितना है, खुद का जीडीपी का क्या ग्रोथ हो रहा है, खुद के फैमिली में इन्फ्लेशन का क्या इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है, क्या आपके खर्चे बढ़े हैं? विच आर दो एरिया जहां पे मेरे खर्चे बढ़े हैं लेकिन मैं उसको कंट्रोल कर सकता हूँ? फिजूल खर्चे, अननेसेसरी एक्सपेंसेस, विच आर दो एरिया? That is important for me. I am not a policy maker. So what will I do listening to the budget? Even reading the summary of the budget is not going to help me because I'm not going to do anything with that. I have no role to play. I will get some information, that's it. What will I do with that information? If that information is important for me, then it is I'll go and listen to the whole thing. Probably I will attend the entire budget session right from the beginning when Sitaraman enters the parliament. You getting my point? Cut, copy, and paste. Yeah, Rishu,
So
with this new
what?
awareness, what do you see possible for yourself?
Yeah. So I just understood one thing. Yeah. Cut, copy, and paste. So cut and copy those things which are relevant for me. Okay.
Hmm.
So I cut and copy the things. There's a lot of information, but I will cut and copy the things that I feel are relevant in my life, in my progress, and I will paste them. For example, you spoke about social media. You said, on social media, so many things are going on. People are just posting just for the sake of likes and followers and etc. Is it really making any sense in your life? Is the question. You try to compare it with your own thing that if you are doing it is bringing you a followers who are possibly getting converted in your clients. So you have to find a relevance to the thing. So relevance is one thing that I understood. Yeah. But I heard you in between. Sorry for that. But for me, the takeaway is more on relevance and understanding what is your calling. And you spoke about your soul calling. You may change the body, but your soul calling and soul would be the same. Yeah. So that is something that I have taken away from this session.
Wonderful, Rishu. Now I'm giving a gift tonight.
Wow. Thank you so
You
much.
say the same thing, replacing you with me, I, myself. Say the same thing.
Yeah.
Wherever you said you just replace it with I, me, myself. The question was, with this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself now?
No, so it's a great reminder for oneself. For example, me as a
For
person,
me, for me, I'm helping
me
you. For me, yeah.
for me as a person, I get very much distracted. Yeah, distracted with so many things going around. I feel very distracted. I should be doing this also, this also, this also, this also, without thinking, is it really relevant for me or not? So whenever I I jump into anything, I have to, bring my awareness to a place where I have to think, is it relevant for me? If it is relevant for me, I should be picking up that information, cut copy that information, and paste it in my system. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
How many of you
yes.
noticed that Rishu is more excited right now? How many of you noticed? Except Rishu. This is what pasting is all about, Rishu.
Okay.
This is what pasting is all about.
What does that means?
Like now you're talking about yourself, that this is something which I can do, this is something
Mm.
is relevant for me. So you are focusing on yourself now, which is most important. See, ultimately you have to work on yourself.
Yeah.
So what happens that when you use the
Hmm.
word you, we, our in your communication, the focus goes out of you.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
replace them. Replace them. This is a very strong starting point. I, me,
Right.
my, myself. Particularly when you are sharing in any group setting, when you are sharing your insights,
Hmm.
always talk in first person
Okay.
and be consciously aware of it. That yes, I'm talking in first. Catch yourself when the moment you comes up or we comes up, our comes up, your comes up, just catch yourself
Okay. Got
and
it.
get into first person.
Okay.
But then what will happen? Your subconscious will get the message. अच्छा अब मेरी बारे में बात हो रही है तो मैं इम्पोर्टेंस हूँ मुझे पे इम्पोर्टेंस दिया जा रहा है.
Yeah, you can only control your,
I can
what
only control
my influence,
I can only
everything around.
control my yes. I can only control my. Did you
I
notice
can only
how I
control.
caught yourself?
Yeah. And I can only control what I can control. The things which I cannot control, I should not be focusing on them either. As you spoke about budget, you said now,
Absolutely.
you know, I can't control it. So why I should be putting my time there?
Yeah. Time, money,
Yeah.
effort, सब कुछ. Attention.
Ah,
Energy flows where
correct.
attention goes.
And we also said that we are here for a limited period of time. So
Yeah.
for us, that time is also dripping
For
away.
me, I am here for a limited period of time. For me.
I am here for a very limited time. And yes, I have to focus on relevant things which are important for my life.
Yeah.
I have to work on, my area of influence and make that
Yeah.
better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got that?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Super. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Swapnil, would you like to share now? With this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself now? Okay, Rajeshwari.
So whatever I heard just now from you and whatever you shared, to I just to resonate with it. So as I'm getting so much of information from so many social media platforms, so many group with whom I am associated. So I must be taking care of what I am copying, what I am pasting, all that information. So information is everywhere, but what are the things I am implementing in my life, what I am pasting, I must be aware of that, and whether it is aligned to my purpose of life or not. And as why we as so many things get cluttered just because of this only. I'm just copying from somewhere and pasting it continuously, but not seeing it whether it's useful or not. So that I was just thinking of the wardrobe of my school when you were telling. Now, as I have taken so many of the assignment from the kids and paper craft all to put on the black that board that we have in the school. So each and every month we have to set a new theme. So now the old one is there in that Almira. At that time, I could have done that. I have taken it according to the name of the student, and after taking out, I should have given it. So now that whole Almira looks very messy, and I'm not getting the time to remove all that. So I was just thinking when you were saying about this declutter, how why to do the decluttering? Why not to arrange all that at the same moment when I got and received? So I really felt, yeah, very connected with this and all these social media platform. One person has invented. He is not in any group. If I'm using it, I should leverage it to earn some money also for that. So I really like it. And as you are continuously doing so many of the session, making the notes, sharing it with the people, really people are following you're making a funnel. So I love this idea also. I really appreciate you for this and giving this marvelous idea openly to each and everyone. If any one person can do, I can too do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, each one of you, for being in the session and making my evening a precious one for myself. I will be sharing the recording. Listen to your part of the recording, that what you said. And see, these recordings are for you, not for me. Particularly when you attend the session, it is definitely for you to listen your part of the conversation. That what kind of words you used, what kind of emotions you were having when you were talking about it, when you're saying those words, what was going in your mind. Probably you were doing something else, so that is the reason you were not on camera. So what could be the reason that you were not on camera? How you were feeling at that point of time when you were saying all these things? What change happened in your conversation when I told you, okay, now say the same thing with that, with using the word I, me, myself from the first person. Start observing them, because this is the best way to work on yourself. That is what all about pasting. What is happening right now as you are participating in this session is simply copying and cutting. That it's your insight. Pasting will happen when you actually observe what you said during the session, the kind of words that you used in your communication, the kind of intonation, the tonality you used in your communication. Start observing them, and I'm telling you, you'll discover a new you. That's why I said, Ishu, this is a gift for you. You just listen to the conversation, whatever you said, as many times as possible, and discover the person you are. All right. So let's disperse. Okay. Make your new year happy and amazing. And your new year starts tomorrow. आज तक जो हो गया वो 31 दिसंबर का कंटिन्यूएशन था. ठीक है. Good night and goodbye.